Sold. That was Dance Around the Maypole, also known as Andy's Warhol, for $10,000 to the gentleman in the trench coat. Next on the auction block, total babe in a state of undress. This unauthenticated Van Gogh is believed to have been painted by the artist in 1881. Bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, the skill it would have taken to paint a masterpiece like this with the use of only one ear, after Van Gogh famously cut his off and mailed it to his girlfriend. Lord knows why.
Maybe he wanted to hear from her.
So, what am I bid for this post-Renaissance surrealist impressionism piece? Do I hear £1,000? Thank you. Will anybody make it two? £2,000. Do I hear any more? £3,000. £4,000. 5,000. 6,000. 7,000. 8,000. 9,000. 10,000. 11,000 pounds. 12,000. Do I hear any more? 13,000. 14,000. 15,000. 16,000. Anyone care to make it 17? 18. 19,000. 20,000. 21. 22,000 pounds. 23, going once. 24. 25. 26. 26,000 pounds. 27. 28. 29. 29,000. Will anybody make it 30? Going once? That was, of course, a scene from Montgomery LaPouf's latest film, I May Not Know Much About Art, But I Know What I'd Like. And joining us tonight on the program is known author, critic, and snob, J.R.M. Gitt.
Good evening.
Oh dear. Jeremy, I really don't want to ask this, nor do I care in the least, but what did you think of that scene?
I thought the whole thing was simply dreadful. The writing was common, the delivery was banal, and the mise en scène was a beastly cliché. The whole thing irked me to the point of stickiness.
Really?
I tell you, I was absolutely sticky.
How fascinating.
Of course, we must also mention...
Must we?
The performances in the film, namely the, I hesitate to call it, acting, left me cold and floppy.
Aha. Now, I understand you have some more clips for us.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure I speak for all of us when I say I'd really rather not, but here we are.
I think Picasso's work is so sexist. It portrays an unrealistic standard of beauty. Don't you think?
Oh, definitely.
I'd like to thank you all for joining me at my art exhibit today. It's so wonderful to have such a turnout. If you'll follow me, I'll walk you through my pieces one by one, starting with this. It's called Red Blob of Paint and Some Squiggly Bits, and as you can see, that's what it is. Is there a problem, sir?
Well, I mean, it looks more to me like an exploration of the existential identity of man.
I beg your pardon?
I mean, it's clearly emphasizing the idea of the absurd world concept in which our reality is only so because of the assigned meaning we bestow upon it.
Well, it isn't.
I'm just telling you what it looks like from where I'm standing, mate.
Well, I painted it, so why don't you just leave the meaning to me, Moving on. My next piece is entitled A Whole Bunch of Circles, and as you can see, it's a whole bunch of circles. Mostly because that's an easy motion to do. Yes,
No, it's just that I couldn't help but noticing the obvious themes of infinity, mobility, cycles, nurturing wholeness, unity, and perfection.
What?
One immediately thinks of the sun, an orb that makes life possible, the moon, an emotionally charged sphere, the ebb and flow, pushing and pulling of the spiritual life, even the human eyeball, another sphere, the iris, the pupil, all tied together by the circular grandeur of the spoken word. Could it therefore be representative of the great circle of life?
Circle of life, it's not the Lion King, okay? It's a bunch of circles, okay? No ebb, no flow. A child could do this.
Ah, a child, yes, the subconscious memories of your childhood, your mother's bosom,
No bosoms, just circles. That's all. Moving on. We now come to my last piece entitled, I Drank a Bunch of Paint and Threw It Back Up Onto the Canvas.
What exactly are you trying to convey with this piece?
I'm not trying to convey anything. I literally drank paint and regurgitated it back onto the canvas, okay? Look, here's a piece of corn from my lunch that day. No, why are you clapping at that?
The corn represents a kernel of truth.
And the green represents money.
Ah, corporate greed.
Howdy, Zeke. Howdy, Zeb. Long time no see. Well, that's true, ain't it? How y'all been? Well, I've been okay. Had to put down the mule, though. Put down the mule? What? Burr. Well, he got the strangles. Oh, no. Mustn't have been a pretty bad case if you had to put her down. Ho, 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 you. Bet it was. His skin was falling off there at the end and he lost all his teeth. Wow, beat. Don't I know it? You know, worst part of it is I done forgot I killed him, so the carcass was just laying out there in the sun for days. Smelled like somebody yacked on a pile of dung. That's disgusting. I know. Ew. What? There's an eyelash on that. I'm not eating that.
Here's a good trick. Take a pack of cigarettes, throw one out. Now it's a cigarette lighter.
One time, my mom caught me trying a cigarette, so she made me smoke the entire pack until I was sick. Now I hope she catches me kissing a girl.
Ah, yes, let's see. No, don't tell me. It's a cigar.
I only smoke pot, but it doesn't really affect me. Besides, I only smoke pot and it doesn't really affect me. Besides, what was the question?
Jeremy, bearing in mind I asked this with a due sense of apprehension and dread, what did you think of that last piece?
An absolute disgrace.
Yes, but enough about you. Now I understand you have some original works underway, is that correct?
Yes, my next writing is already greatly anticipated.
Ah, a suicide note?
No, it's a postmodern analysis of the neorealism school of cinema as it can be seen juxtaposed to the French New Wave classics and the sociological aspects of modernity. Some light coffee table reading.
I really do hate you. Now then, I believe this last piece you'll be reviewing is something more visually based, is it not?
Yes, that's right. One could consider it a visual essay in the style of the...
Well, Jeremy, what did you make of that?
An alluring, dazzling spectacle, a visual masterpiece of the visual arts. It was all right.
You utter phage. Well, I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen, and so we leave you with this.
I just like the frame.